Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Nasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 103. Lots to do in today's episode. Lots to do on FIFA 20 at the moment. There is just, genuinely quite a lot of stuff out there, which is quite pleasing. If you do enjoy today's episode, do me a massive favor, hit me with a thumbs up button. On this Sunday, it would be awesome if we could shoot for the stars of like 3,000 likes as it's coming towards Christmas. Thank you. That would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Click that notification bell so that you never miss an upload. So the team is looking like as it was, you know, with the Diego Carlos and the Thiago Mendes in there now. We sold a couple of items, and the first thing we're going to do in this episode is actually go out and buy a bunch of players. About 25k's worth, not really that much, maybe, or was it 30? It was about 30k maybe, so that we could go ahead and complete the Yannick Bolasie SBC, because I think, one, he looks alright, and two, he is a road to the final item, of course, which you never know how far they could go. They could go all the way to the final. I doubt it, but it could happen. So, any of those that come out where the players look like they're fairly usable, they're in a league, like this is Liga NOS, we've already got Corona, Jesus Corona, and of course, like, we'll also get, I think, either in this episode or the next episode, the new lad from the Portuguese league as well, like another centre mid. So it's like we're actually starting to build like a fairly alright Liga NOS squad. Just as like first owner stuff goes, I think it's not the worst idea. If they are going with this narrative of first owner players are important this year, then I will of course try and get a bunch of them in my team. So I now have like 427,000 wingers at my disposal to use as super subs, as has everybody else out there on the game. But yeah, like it is what it is. Like we've moved a few of the new ones onto the bench. Players like PK, Lautaro Martinez, even Guardiola have made their way to the reserves for now. So we're fairly stocked on players. But that didn't stop me going out and buying one more. I went and bought a Team of the Year, Frankie de Jong, or Team of the Year nominee, should I say, Frankie de Jong, because I love the card design and I wanted to get this Griezmann out of the squad for now. And of course, I know that we're all set up to do like a 4-2-3-1 or a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2, but this gives me the 4-1-2-1-2 option, which is what I actually think I would like to start with, and what I would actually quite like to play in game, and hope that it works out all right for me. So there's that. So that's why we've bought Frankie de Jong, and with the way that the team is, at half time we can bring on our Atal, and he can play in the midfield for the second half. Maybe we even bring Frankie off, or we bring Thiago Mendes off. Whatever it is, there's options there. Now, we've made about 50k here from selling some of the rewards that we got from doing some of the SBCs, like Godin, the Inform, and Pepe. Like, that's 50k right there, pretty much. So, that's great, you know, that brings the coin balance back over that 300k mark. Or not back over the 300k mark, because now we bought Frankie, of course. But it brings it up just to, like, reasonable levels. In case the last couple of days of Footmas bring out some bangers or something that maybe we want to invest our coins into, or waste our coins into, it's up to you, whatever you want to call it. I know that there's probably a lot of people out there that see a lot of the SBCs I'm doing and thinking, what are you doing, Tom? That is, you're getting sucked into this whole player SBC thing again. I think I sort of am, but I typically am not doing the ones that are like crazy expensive. But anyway, we're in the weekend league here, and as you can see, Kenny Dalglish has been unleashed. I get fairly lucky with my opponent that I get matched up with, and like obviously we were just going to town on him there. Hat-trick in the first 32 FIFA minutes, and a rage quit in the first 32 FIFA minutes means that I get a lovely little W for my first game of the weekend league this weekend, which is brilliant. Now, I know it's Sunday and you're only going to see the first 3 games of my weekend league. That's how much there's been going on FIFA. I genuinely could have skipped the weekend league this week, and there would have still been enough for videos, but we shift the schedule a little bit so that, you know, obviously I'm trying to get videos covered so that I can take a little bit of a time off on Christmas, literally Christmas Day or something. So that's what you have to do. when you make content, you have to sort of shift that schedule just a little bit. And we get super lucky with the opponent we match up against in match 2 as well. And I didn't understand it really. And literally I get a 1-0 5-minute rage quit. And I'm like, what have I done to deserve this? How is this happening to me? Normally I'm like, maybe I'm 2-0, but I've had like 2 very tough matches to start the weekend league off. Sometimes I'm 0-2 or 1-1 or, you know, so... we'll take it and we'll move on. And then I get matched up against someone who's got like a meta looking squad. Like you can imagine, if that's in a 4-2-3-1, there's some very useful players in there, even though obviously I out team this guy. It turns out this was a viewer of the series, so I think, was your name Ollie? I'm pretty sure your name was Ollie. Apologies if it wasn't, but yeah, GG's to you, mate. It was Owen Bell. Sorry, I called you Ollie. I meant Owen. My bad. But yeah, we messaged each other a couple of times afterwards, so that was nice. But he was a very good player, and considering I had the better team, I was the one really struggling here, so I was getting outplayed even though I out-teamed him. So Neymar knocks it down the wing. Kenny Dalglish sort of open body fake shots and gets it into the box, knocks it into Neymar, who I was able to score with. So literally against the run of play, I go 1-0 up. Look at this, you know, I'm getting done in possession, in shots, in pass accuracy, in everything basically. I did not deserve to be in the lead. And then Politano knocks it down the wing. Insigne whips it back post to this Kent fella, who everyone's got now, including myself, and he scores a goal. He heads it into my goalkeeper. Goalkeeper parries it back out to him. It hits a falling player and just goes in. And I'm like, all right, well, that's a weird goal to concede. But he did deserve it, to be fair. And then I get a goal to put me 2-1 up with Kenny Dalglish, who's really seeming to come alive. Loved him in the first couple games of the weekend league so far. I don't know what it is, but maybe the fact that I'm not playing like constant sweats like I am in Rivals. Maybe actually you get to get a little bit more time on the ball with these players. Maybe it's the 4-1-2-1-2, knowing that we've got like Messi and we've got Neymar and Dalglish all sort of working together in that triangle up top. But anyways, I end up getting a very lucky win against Owen there. So GG's, mate. That was completely undeserved looking at those stats, but we have to take it. It's the weekend league. We move on, and we are 3-0. So that's like the gameplay portion of today's episode, because obviously I knew that this is from like Friday afternoon, by the way. So the season pass was going to expire, Season 2 was going to finish, and Season 3 was going to start. It's here, you know, we finally got it. So I did my best. I completed the Kai Havertz loan, because I knew that there were some Footmas challenges that were about to expire, that I had a couple of hours free, that I could maybe play a couple of squad battles like to get these done. And then I realised that I didn't have enough. There were no more loans in the SBC section. I didn't have enough loans on my Havertz. I have these 5 players. This is my totality of my Footmas so far. So I couldn't get the one which was play 4 games on squad battles with 4, 5 Footmas players, whatever it is, because I literally didn't have enough games left on Havertz. So that kind of sucks. It means that I wouldn't get the prime gold players pack, but you know what, it is what it is. We get a premium gold players pack and a 2 players pack for playing 1 game of squad battles, so I will obviously take that. And from our 2 players pack, we actually do get boards, and it is just boards, it's not a walkout or anything. We get Wales, right wing, damn it, it's centre mid. It is, of course, it is Aaron Ramsey. It's never Bale, is it? It's never Bale, apart from that one time that it was Bale. But even if it is Bale nowadays, he's only like 30k. He's just not that much of an expensive player this year, because he's so low rated at 85. That's kind of nuts to me, really. I can't believe that a Bale is 30,000 coins on this game. That's nuts. And then in the next pack, the better pack out of the lot, we end up only getting a Mkhitaryan. But we move on. It's all good. There are a couple of blue players in there, and it's 12 new players that I don't have in the club at the moment. So you never know when they'll come in useful. So obviously we need to change this team back to our regular team, or you know, figure out what's coming out and adapt our squad to match. So we got the new season, the holiday season as it's called, and we instantly did a couple of the challenges, and that's actually what I spent the rest of this episode doing. It was like playing against friends, playing squad battles, doing things in the menus, whatever it would take to get me as many levels as possible up, just easily. So you can see there's like a lone Zidane, there's a Footmas Fabian Delph, elf, so Christmassy. And his in-game stats aren't amazing. He doesn't look that great, but he's kind of well-rounded, so he'll do. And it's a free footmas item at the end of the day, just for getting a few levels of the pass. There's a Frosty football, which actually looks kind of cool. And there's a Santi Cazorla. Santa. Yeah, it's Christmas themed. I get it, EA. It's good. It's funny. But this is interesting, right? Unless it's a visual bug. And you guys might know this by the time you're watching it, but he's been up to 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot from 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot. So that's very interesting, and that could potentially be massive for the future if certain players are able to get skill upgrades, you know, with upgrades. So that's I'm very interested in that, I'm not gonna lie. And then the two main players for this slightly shorter and smaller season are a 87 rated Michy Batshuayi and an 87 rated Perisic, which I would say that is the one to go for. Batshuayi would probably be a decent striker, nothing insane, but a very good striker. Both of these players have 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot. But this Perisic, look at those stats, man. I think he can come on at centre mid as a super sub. I think that's who we'll be going for. As long as we can make it our way up to level 20. And it's like 45,000 XP for this one, and there's like 20 days to do it or something. So, you know, that gives you it was 21 days. It's exactly 3 weeks that this season is out for. So it gives you a good idea as to roughly how much XP you need to get yourself per day in order to get your way up to 45,000 XP and unlock the players. So essentially, I just carried on doing season progress stuff, and as you can see, you sort of work your way up the first few levels super fast, just by either doing some stuff which was to get me through week 1 bronze or week 1 silver or the Zidane challenge or like whatever it was. I was pushing my way up there to get as far as I could, just so that I could essentially unlock week 1 gold in case I needed to like, that's where I need to play my weekend league or some rivals games or whatever. I don't like it when you're stuck on week 1 bronze or something just because of one particular challenge. You might play 40 games of FIFA that week, but, you know, actually you don't get past week 1 bronze just because, well, you didn't play one squad battles match or something like that. So I made sure I went through them and had an actual look and to see what we could do. So we unlocked the loan version of a 91 rated Zidane, and that's a big moment for me, my favourite player ever. I now have him for 7 games, who I might actually use in this weekend league, just to actually try and get some fun out of it. I don't know, if I did use him, I don't know whether I would save him for the latter games where things might be a bit more tough, or maybe the earlier games to get me to, you know, where things might be a little bit easier so I can enjoy him a bit more. I don't know, or I might not use him at all, but one thing's for certain is that I'm really happy to get a 91 Zidane just for a few games, just to even find out what he feels like in game, because it is one of my goals this year to get a Zidane item on the road to glory, like a full proper version. We haven't just completed the road to glory by getting a loan version from the season pass, but yeah, like that is one of my goals. As my favourite player ever, him and R9 are like my 2 favourites ever. Knowing that we've had R9 for a couple of years and this is Zidane's first year, I'd absolutely love to get my hands on a version of him. So this will be a nice little test to see how he feels, at least, because some people really rate him, some people don't, but I would like to be the judge of that for myself. So there was another Footmas challenge that came out on Friday night. We got that done. Rare Electrum Players Pack. We're excited because we know that my favourite pack on this game is a Rare Electrum, simply because we got Messi in it. It is the Hall of Famer pack, but before that there is a Jumbo Premium Gold pack, which we got from level 6 or something on the season pass. So we are really flying through the early levels, but you need obviously less levels per time. We get a decent Prem right back. That's a usable one for icon swaps and stuff. So yeah, we get an 82 rated Ricardo Pereira, untradeable, so we can most definitely keep him and use him as our right back for Prem stuff. That's a really nice little pool, actually. Like, it's nothing crazy like a Kyle Walker or a Cancelo, but it's a good one to get. And then we get a Kovacic, who is just good SBC fodder, 82 rated Prem. You never know when you're going to use someone like that. It's all tradable as well, so you never know. I could end up selling some of the stuff that we don't need. So then the next day's worth of Footmas stuff came out. You guys will have all seen this. Rebic looks outstanding. I think he looks great, but he's very expensive. And then De Gea is super well priced at around 60k, I think he was. But none of them really fit my team. I'd love to get Rebic just because it would be another good Serie A player to get. But, you know, so be it. We're probably not going to end up doing that. That's a lot of coins to sink in. But Gedson Fernandez, I think is his name, is a Liga NOS centre mid, which we said we would do in this episode. And we are actually going to go ahead and complete him. He's like a 14k SBC. Highly recommend doing it just for first owner stuff in the future. It's an 82 rated squad. You've probably got the players in your club. I know I did, I'm pretty sure anyway. I don't think I had to go out and buy anyone. I just used a bunch of untradables that I had lying around. But look at that, like 84 pace, 83 dribbling. Pretty, very well-rounded stats, to be fair, just for a centre mid. He could do a job, you know. So happily going to bring him in. 5'11", high work rates. I actually think that's a relatively smart move, just because he's so cheap. So there's also Footmas Roussillon. Looks decent. I've got an untradeable version of his regular card, so I'm not that bothered about this one, but I don't think it looks too hard. So we might be able to obviously go ahead and try and get that one done as well. So we'll try. I think where we're going to get stuck with him is winning games and scoring with French players. Like, we don't really have the French players in our squad, do we? Unless, of course, we try and bring in, like, Griezmann back into the starting 11, but then we've got to score with him and win. It's going to be tough either way, but we'll see. If I can't do it by the time Christmas comes around, and or maybe I don't know how long he's got left on him. He might just be to the end of Footmas. He might be to the end of the season. I'm not sure. So we'll see with him, but I do have an untradeable regular version of his card. So for first owner stuff, we're kind of already covered. But it would, of course, be nice to unlock a slightly better one. That's going to be the end of the episode. Guys, can you do me a massive favour? Hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate your support on this episode. And of course, don't forget to come subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below if you want to see what I'm getting up to on Christmas and stuff. That would be awesome. And most importantly, I hope you all out there have a wonderful day. I will catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.